हैव यू कट योर लूजर्स गाइस, योर लॉसेस? अगर आप लोगों ने अभी तक अपने लॉसेस नहीं काटे हैं, दिस वीडियो इज फॉर यू. थ्रू आउट दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू 5 points, and if you work on these 5 points, I'm 100% sure that you can recover all the losses that you made. And if you're entering the market, if you are a new person who is entering the stock market, still you need to watch this video before any bad thing happens to you. Now let's get right into the information. Okay guys, let's start our session. So point number 1 is cut your losers. Now what do I mean by that? Okay, so sometimes you guys, let's start with the example. So let's say you take a trade and you made a loss in this particular trade, and then you take a trade profit, and these are your perfect setups, you're following them judiciously, everything is perfect. Again a trade comes into the picture, you made a loss. Now two losses are there, one profit is there. Any different situation can also be at this particular point, but let's just assume this is the normal situation. Now there are two trades that comes right up to you. Okay, these are your perfect setups. You took the trade in both the stocks or maybe both the instruments, you took both the opportunities, but now your setups were right, you should get profit out of them. That's what you think at this point. But see guys, no strategy out there is 100% accurate. Okay, now back of the mind you knew that these trades can also give you losses, but still you do not want to recognize that. तुम्हें ये मानना ही नहीं है अभी इस पॉइंट पे कि मैं इसमें लॉस कर सकता हूँ, एंड दस यू आर वेटिंग. स्टॉप लॉस हिट हो चुका है, दोनों एल पे आ चुके हैं, बिकॉज द मार्केट कंडीशंस आर बैड नाउ. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, थोड़ा सा और होल्ड करते हैं. अब ये भी 2L हो चुका है, ये भी 2L हो चुका है, ये अब जो है 3L हो चुका है, और ये थोड़ा सा 2L ही पे बना हुआ है. लेट्स से वेरी रियलिस्टिक सिचुएशन. ओके, नाउ एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट गाइज, एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट आप क्या सोच रहे होगे, क्या आपकी थॉट प्रोसेस होगी? लेट मी टेल यू. सो आफ्टर डूइंग ऑल दिस, योर थॉट प्रोसेस इज, क्या थॉट्स चलते हैं माइंड में इस पॉइंट पे? आपका एक ही थॉट चल रहा होगा, व्हाट इज द न्यूज़, व्हाट इज द न्यूज़ ऑन द इंडेक्स. सेकेंड थिंग, व्हाट इज द न्यूज़ ऑफ माई स्टॉक, एंड व्हाट इज द वर्ल्ड मार्केट्स डूइंग, what are the FIIs doing? Okay, let me tell you guys that all these thoughts that are coming to your mind have literal zero value. Zero value. You took a setup, you took a trade based on maybe some strategy, maybe your own findings, anything that you liked. उस पॉइंट पे वो सेटअप मे बी नहीं चला होगा, maybe that setup did not work at that point, it might work in the future, but आपने उसको चांस ही नहीं दिया. आपने क्या किया, उस सिस्टम के साथ खिलवाड़ किया इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस. सो सबसे पहली गलती जो है दिस, ये हुई. ठीक है, दिस इज मिस्टेक नंबर 1. कट योर लूजर्स जो टॉपिक है, द फर्स्ट मिस्टेक इज दिस. द सेकेंड मिस्टेक इज दीज थॉट्स विच कम्स इन टू योर माइंड. क्या ये थॉट्स देखते हुए you took the trade in the first place? Ask yourself. No. If that is the case, simply cut your losers, because unless you don't cut your loser, you are just digging a deeper hole for yourself. Lose money slowly. Lose money slowly. What do I mean by that? See guys, if you are let's say you are a FNO trader, let's say you are a intraday trader, and let's say you are a swing trader, let's say you are a positional trader. Okay, I'm only talking about trading at this point. I'm not talking about your investing or anything. All these 4 type of people can also be investors. That completely depends upon their nature of investing, their nature of trading, how they define these things. Okay, now at this particular point, if you see FNO and intraday traders, both these people, if you are at profit, there's no point, this video is not for you. if you're already a profitable trader, you're just watching this video because you like my content, you like watching my content, that's it, simple. Like the video and move on to some another stuff that you want to watch, or maybe your another trade you want to plan. But you are at loss right now, okay? That's why you're watching it in the first place. And if you are a loss making FNO trader, loss making intraday trader, I would definitely recommend this to you, that change your trading style to swing trading, change your trading style to a positional trader, please. What this will do, see, for example, like this is day one. I'm going to give really good examples. So this is day one, okay, and you made this much profit. This is your profit curve right here, and this is day two, okay, and then you made loss in this particular. You made a profit trade, you made a loss trade, a profit trade, a loss trade, 3 trades. And then again, this is day 3 for you. You made even more losses and you came to this place. Day 4, okay, you try to go down, again came back up, go down on the day 5, something like that. This is your profit curve right here. So if you see, now you are at loss finally, okay, you made a lot of profit also, but now you are at loss. See, in all these days, first of all, you had stress, you had a lot of stress, a lot of trades, okay, and the most important thing, you are at a loss of, let's say, I'm going to use the terminologies of units. So let's say you are at a loss of minus 10 units in 5 days. Now, for you, your trading account was of 100 units. Okay, 100 units was your trading account. And in that 100, you lost minus 10 units. You lost. Now, what you will do in order to recover this? Okay, it's really difficult at this point because you lost minus 10 units of this 100. But what if I say that let's just remove this, and you are not under stress, you're not taking a lot of trades, okay, all these days right here, okay, you are at day 5th, let's say, and still this is your curve, but you are a swing trader or you are a positional trader, okay, but your loss at this particular point would be maybe -1, maybe -2 units if you're talking about swing trading, if you're talking about positional trading. And see, this might not be the day 5th, this might be day 15th for you. So in a matter of 15 days, you had 1 unit loss, or maybe 2 unit loss, or maybe 3 unit loss at max. You cannot lose 10 units. Okay, now I'm not saying you just cannot at this point, I'm giving an example with comparison to. Okay, I hope you're understanding, you're getting a good grab of my concept here. So in a matter of 15 days, you're losing a very small chunk of money. So you have that capacity, mental capacity, to come back strong, okay, to make a comeback, to make an actual comeback. But if you have lost already 10 units and you have a lot of stress, you took a lot of trades, this will definitely push you towards what? Let's say this is 6th day, you are a FNO trader, 6th day, you will take a even bigger step here, even bigger risk reward ratio trade here. Rather than doing something that can make your account come back, you are doing the opposite at this point, and this will happen even further down. Now you are at minus 20 points at this area. You are at minus 10, and in just a day you can lose that much. You are at minus 20. Slowly and steadily you will see that your account is getting that dent that you never wanted. So FNO and intraday, if you were doing that, stop it right now. Point number 3, guys. So point number 3 is the best point of this whole video, and you guys will love it. How to recover. How to recover. Now, first you have to follow point number 1. then you have to follow point number 2, and then you have to follow what I'm going to tell you guys. Now, point number 3 is never, if you are a swing trader also, okay, maybe you cut your losses, maybe you are past your losers, okay, and you are a swing trader also, positional trader also, or you have converted yourself into this form of trading to grab the concept of trading, to love trading rather than just make money out of it in the first place, and now you are standing at third point, still people will lose money. How? Because they will take steps that can still make your account go deeper rather than on the upside, rather than a comeback. तो एक comeback नहीं होगा यहाँ पे और नीचे चला जाता है even यहाँ तक दोनों points को follow करने के बाद. So third point is also very important. This is the you guys can say this is a game changer for you. क्या है ये point? इसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं. तो लेट्स से कि यू वर हैविंग स्लो एंड स्टेडी स्टेप्स लाइक दिस 1 point 2 point 3 point 4 5 6 and then comes your fall. See, every time you will always see this type of PNL in your PNL screen. Okay, if you are a good trader, you will see this 1 2 3 4 5, and let's say back to back you were having good trades, and then suddenly there was a streak which took you to this particular point, and this is a bad one. You cut your losses. सबसे पहले तो लॉस कट करना पड़ेगा, तब तो यहाँ पहुँचोगे. लॉस नहीं कट करोगे तो ये हो जाएगा, याद रखना. रिमेंबर, दिस विल हैपन. नाउ इफ यू आर डूइंग FNO या फिर कुछ भी, तो क्या हो सकता है, मे बी एक सडन रिकवरी एंड फिर एक सडन फॉल फिर से, ये हो सकता है. So change your mindset to swing trading, change your mindset to positional trading. Okay, now at this point आप खड़े हो third point पे, you are standing at the third point. What steps you should follow? जो आप follow कर रहे थे वही आपको follow करना है. You do not have to take this step. ये step कभी नहीं लेना है, समझे? What do I mean by that? See, when you are saying that I'm taking the next trade at this point with a 3 unit risk, 3 unit reward, because I lost that much in swing trading and in positional trading. But see, the risk reward, even if you take it to 1:1, it will go to 3 units of risk you are taking. So if you lose in this trade, you will end up at 0. If you win in this trade, definitely you can come back, but always assess the risk. Risk assessment करने आए हुए यहाँ पे. You are not a trader. When you are on the screen, secondary thing is trading. When you are at your desktop, the first thing that you need to do is risk assessment. How much risk you should take at this point of your life, at this point of your trading career, or at any point of your financial conditions that you are on right now. Okay, so that is very important. तो यहाँ पे आप कितना risk लोगे वो बहुत important है. And that should not be, I'm also telling this, that should not be these 3 units at least. Okay, so let's get back. So how much one should take? You are doing just fine like this. So you should take a 1 point risk, a 1 point risk, a 1 point risk, and like that you're back to 6. Now what to do after that? Do the same. 1 point risk, 1 point risk. At this point, when you have reached this point, when you have made a new high of your PNL curve, first thing is you have recovered your amount. So this is the way to recover. When you make a big loss, slowly and steadily with a good risk to reward ratios, 1:2, 1:1, 1:3, anything, but your profits should be small, and you should reach the top of your PNL curve. Now when you have reached that curve, slowly and steadily make some more trades like that, and after doing that again, you guys can risk this much now, that let's risk 2 points to get 2 points after reaching that area. We'll talk about that in the fourth part. So guys, I'm going to combine this one so that you get a better idea of it. Fourth and fifth part combined. So fourth is paper trading, And fifth part is scaling, the holy grail of trading. Well, different people can have different perspective about this, about scaling. But for me, if you ask me, I think scaling is something which can turn a trader into taking a bigger amount of risk. He can scale more, bigger amount of risk, and he can make big gains out of it. And when the markets are not that great for the person, he can just scale down, come back down slowly in its comfort zone, and make a comeback, maybe make small profits again, and then make a big profit. So you are planning your own trades, you are your own boss at this moment. Now I can say you are becoming a actual mature professional trader when you are playing with the scalability, assessing the risk. All these things are much more important. Setups and edge are इक्वलेंटली इम्पॉर्टेंट, दे आर ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, वो भी एकदम इक्वल लेवल पे है, मैं मानता हूँ. उसके बारे में भी हम बात करते हैं, तो पेपर ट्रेडिंग आ जाता है उसमें. एंड विल टॉक अबाउट स्केल. Scalability is like, for me, it's the holy grail. It's the OG stuff. If you say, for me, that's the OG thing. If you talk about trading, scaling for me is the OG thing. It's the GOAT basically for me. Now, talking about the paper trading first of all. So, what do I mean by that? इससे दिख नहीं रहा है. So, what do I mean by paper trading? Guys, see, what happens, slowly and slowly you were making profits and then you hit a blockage. No issues. Okay, you want to recover this loss slowly and steadily. You recovered that loss. Okay, but during this whole process of this fall, this halt period, and this comeback period. Okay, it's not easy actually. All these three things, they are not easy. But this fall, halt, and comeback period, you should be doing a paper trading of your setups as well. Okay, just imagine that you went on this particular trade with a maybe more amount. Okay, you're not taking the trade because currently you are at loss, right? Currently you have, let's say you are in the fall situation and you are at minus loss in 2 trades. So what to do? Then comes an opportunity in this loss also. There's a setup right in front of you. Do not take it. That's just extra loss, more risk. Okay, you're already at 2 losses. You cannot take that, right? So at this point, do paper trading. See how the setup is working. Okay, if you do not do anything at this point, you will end up not trading anything during that time. Okay, एंड यही चीज़ सबसे ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट होती है, क्योंकि जब आप लूजिंग ट्रेड्स या प्रॉफिटेबल ट्रेड्स में बैठे होते हो, यू जस्ट थिंक दैट सिटिंग आइडल विल बी मोर प्रोडक्टिव. येस, इट इज़ मोर प्रोडक्टिव, बट व्हेन यू आर एट अ गुड विनिंग स्ट्रीक, अगर एक अच्छी विनिंग स्ट्रीक चल रही है या फिर आप प्रॉफिटेबल बन रहे हो, ठीक है, बट करेंटली आप एक लूजिंग स्ट्रीक में हो, आप लॉस खा रहे हो, सिटिंग आइडल इज़ नॉट द आंसर एट दिस पॉइंट. You need to work on your strategy. Okay, so how you can do that? Maybe your setup is wrong. So setup को सही करने के लिए हमें देखना पड़ेगा. You need to see that if your setup is right or not. How you can do that while in losing trades or maybe in profitable trades. अगर profitable trades में भी when you think there is a dilemma that यार इतना confidence क्यों नहीं आ रहा है इस trade में. If you think that, so this is the answer. Do paper trading also side by side. If you think there is an instrument you guys can trade later on, for example, I'm just giving you one example, like if you're trading stocks, okay, you're trading stocks, so also do paper trading on Nifty, also do paper trading on BTC, Bitcoin. Okay, can you do that? This much homework for all of you. Okay, so if you trade stocks, you do swing trading, let's say, because most of my people who are watching this video, my audience, they are swing traders, they are positional traders, right? You want to learn more through on this path, but still to be on tradings, to be a better trader tomorrow, ये जो बाकी की चीज़ें हैं, Do not trade them, but paper trade them. Always paper trade them, जिससे एक atmosphere बना रहे चीज़ों का. और maybe you can apply the same setups on different things. ज़रूरी नहीं है you need to make the money today. That is important. Okay, so ये सेम चीज़ आपकी हॉल्ट वाले पीरियड में भी लगती है. When you are halting everything, let's say you have booked these losses, you are a really good trader, you book the loss at the right time. Okay, and then you are in this halt period and there is an opportunity but you're not that confident. Do paper trading, or you should do paper trading in the halt period. And when the comeback period is coming, that yes, my paper trading stuff is also right, that means my setup in the first place was right, so now I can finally come back. I will go with the real money. ये comeback stage में होगा. This will happen in the comeback stage. Okay, not in the halting period. Halting period and the falling period, इसमें get back to the drawing board. That's what your goal should be at that point, right? अब हम लोग जो है new canvas पे जाते हैं. We'll talk about scalability. Okay, that is the last thing. Okay, this is like the end game. Basically, हम अब end game पे आ चुके हैं. End game, this is scaling. Okay guys, now this is post comeback guys, like comeback हो चुका है at this point. ठीक है, so हम लोगों ने क्या क्या किया, let's revise fast and then talk about the scalability. सबसे पहले तो you cut your losers out of the question, out of the your situation. Okay, then you started then you lose money slowly. If you really want to lose money in the market, that means you want to learn. You lose money, you learn something out of it, right? If you really want to lose money in the markets, then lose slowly. Third point. Third and the really important point, how to come back. Your comeback should be in small packets. Okay, small packets of comeback. Slow and steady comeback. If the loss is big, slowly and steadily, small wins, and you come back to that level. Fourth, check your setup. Check it again. Recheck your setups and do paper trading. Paper trading in the falling period while you are at loss and in the halt period when the markets are halting, in both these situations. And the final thing is scaling back. So once you have reached that level, for example, this was your curve, P&L curve, and then you showed a fall like this, but then you again recovered back to this point. Okay, now at this point, at this exact point, you need to scale. At this point you need to scale. So you take a 2 points unit risk, 2 points unit gain. Now if you lose, you come back to this area again. So that's let's remove the canvas. Let's go to a new canvas actually. So at this final point, you guys can see, for example, this was your curve, something like this. Okay, then you made a loss and then you recovered slowly and steadily again, and you are at this point. Now if at this point you are scaling, you're doing the right thing. If you're scaling, you're doing the right thing at this point. If you lose, again apply the same thing. Slowly and steadily come to the point, and if at this point again try to scale, two things can happen. Either you will fail again like this, or you will gain. And if you gain, you will see a sudden jump in your portfolio. That's how you scale. Use this scaling to go down and move like this in these areas. Use this scaling at the top. So scaling is used at the top areas of your P&L curve and at the after a correction of your P&L curve. Now you guys have to like this video, and if you're a new person on my channel, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope every single person who's watching this video, you guys recover your losses, and those who are profitable, you're doing a great job. Thanks a lot.